Welcome, Dallas Cowboys fans. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any updates about our team. Here's some exciting news. After spending the first week of camp on the physically unable to perform (PUP) list, star cornerback Trevon Diggs has been activated and is returning to the Dallas Cowboys active roster. Diggs, who suffered a torn ACL last season, has passed his physical and has come off the PUP list. This means Diggs can begin practicing with the Cowboys, who coincidentally put on shoulder pads for the first time for Tuesday's practice. Mike McCarthy mentioned that Diggs' return will be handled intelligently in the first few days and weeks. The most important thing is that he stays in his rehab program with Britt Brown, McCarthy said. Getting him to do the jogging and teaching drills is the first step. We'll see how we progress on the individual drills. Diggs has been recovering from the injury all off-season, but has yet to participate in team activities such as OTAs or minicamp. He suffered the injury in practice before the Week 3 game at Arizona last September and spent the entire season on the injured list. Nobody wants to sit in the classroom all day and watch their brothers compete, McCarthy said of how much Diggs missed being on the field. I know he'll be excited to be there. The two-time Pro Bowler led the NFL in interceptions in 2021 with 11, tying the franchise record with Everson Walls. This year, Diggs will be paired with Darren Bland, who led the NFL in interceptions last year with 9, including an NFL record 5 returns for touchdowns. Club officials have been operating under the belief that Diggs will be ready to play when the team opens the regular season against Cleveland on September 8th. McCarthy recalled the difficult afternoon 10 months ago when Diggs was shut down for the season. It was a bad day for everybody when he got hurt, McCarthy said. Diggs tore his ACL when he twisted his left knee during an individual drill. The injury deprived the Cowboys of a Pro Bowl cornerback and a rising star, a player with 18 interceptions since entering the NFL in the 2020 draft. He's a very creative player, McCarthy said. His ability to go get the ball, get his hands on the ball, his challenge to receivers, the matchups. He also mentioned Diggs' value for both his play and his contract. The club signed Diggs to a 5-year, $97 million contract extension in training camp last year. The Cowboys will slowly phase Diggs onto the practice field, focusing on his rehab work, teaching him drills and simulating games before he gets back to contact work. The club is confident Diggs will be ready to go when the team opens the regular season against Cleveland. What do you think, Cowboys fans? Are you excited for the return of Trevon Diggs? Leave your comments and thoughts below. We want to hear what you think. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any Dallas Cowboys updates. Now for some big news. Former DC Defenders and Dallas Cowboys cornerback Conley has announced his retirement from football after 4 seasons in the NFL and 1 season in the UFL. Conley explained on social media that lingering injuries to his leg were the main reason for his decision. I've been dealing with pain in my leg since I had my first surgery my rookie year, when I had a rod and 2 screws put in my leg for a stress fracture in my tibia, Conley said. I've had this same pain for years. I've just been pushing through it because I was, and still am hesitant to transition out of football. That's what I've done most of my life, and I never really planned what to do next. Last season, Conley played in the UFL with the DC Defenders, appearing in 7 of the 10 regular season games. He recorded 25 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 2 interceptions, 5 pass deflections, and 1 fumble recovery. His standout performance earned him a signing by the Dallas Cowboys. Conley was selected by the Las Vegas Raiders in the first round of the 2017 NFL Draft and started 26 games for the Raiders and Houston Texans. During his NFL career, he racked up 94 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 1 defensive touchdown. His last NFL appearance was with the Texans in 2019. Even though Conley's career was marred by injuries, he performed remarkably for the Defenders, being one of the best coverage cornerbacks. His presence was key in a DC secondary that allowed just 176.3 passing yards per game, 3rd best in the UFL. It's a shame Conley's career is over at age 29, but he will be remembered as a dominant cornerback in the UFL's inaugural season. His retirement leaves a void on defense, but his legacy in spring football will live on. What do you think, Cowboys fans? How do you remember Conley? Leave your comments and opinions below. We want to know what you think. Thanks for staying until the end. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to not miss any updates about the Dallas Cowboys. Today, we address one of the most intriguing news stories in the world of American football: the possibility that the Dallas Cowboys may consider trading their defensive star, Micah Parsons, to the Chicago Bears. This topic arises in a complex financial context for the Cowboys, who are faced with the difficult task of negotiating contracts for three key players: CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, and Dak Prescott. Let's dive into this situation from a broader angle. Let's imagine for a moment that the Cowboys conclude the season without having achieved the NFC Conference Championship. In such a scenario, keeping the three aforementioned players could prove to be a considerable financial challenge. The reality is that the Cowboys will need to make difficult decisions about how to allocate their budget and how to prioritize the players they consider most essential to the future of the team. In this context, it is possible that the Cowboys choose to keep Dak Prescott, which would imply a serious reconsideration of the future of Micah Parsons. But why considering trading Parsons could be a viable strategy? First, let's look at the financial impact. Micah Parsons is on pace to become the highest-paid defender in NFL history. Contracts of this type can weigh heavily on a team's salary cap. If Dallas decides to trade Parsons, they could free up a significant amount of cap space, allowing them to better manage their budget and strengthen other areas of the team. In terms of what Dallas could receive in return for Parsons, the possibilities are quite exciting. A Parsons trade could result in the acquisition of multiple first-round draft picks and promising young players. To put this into perspective, let's recall the Khalil Mack trade in 2018, when the Bears sent 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick to the Raiders. Given Parsons' status as one of the best defenders in the NFL, it's reasonable to expect the compensation package to be comparable or even higher. Now, let's focus on the Chicago Bears. The Bears are in a rebuilding stage, and with Caleb Williams' rookie contract window up, they have the opportunity to make significant moves to ensure playoff success. Adding Micah Parsons to the Bears' defense could be a game-changer. With the combination of Parsons and Montez Sweat, the Bears would have one of the most fearsome defenses in the NFL. This would provide them with a significant advantage against any offense they face. The Bears have shown in the past to be willing to make big defensive moves, such as they did with Khalil Mack, which reinforces the idea that they would be interested in a trade of this caliber. Also, it is important to note Micah Parsons' words about his love for Dallas and his desire to stay. Parsons has on several occasions expressed his appreciation for the city and the team, saying, "I think when you talk about career legacy, I don't think there is a better career you can have when you play for the Cowboys, and you have the opportunity to be the best with the star and retire as a Cowboy. I love this city. I love the community. I love what it represents." These words underscore the deep bond Parsons feels with Dallas and his desire to build a lasting legacy with the team. While the idea of a Parsons trade is fascinating and presents significant opportunities for the team, Parsons' desire to remain in Dallas is equally strong. However, if the Cowboys fail to reach the Super Bowl next season, they could be forced to consider all available options to optimize their roster and financial situation. What do you think? Should the Dallas Cowboys seriously consider trading Micah Parsons, or is it more valuable to keep him on the team to continue building his legacy? We want to hear from you, so feel free to leave your comments. And remember, to stay up to date with all the news and updates regarding the Dallas Cowboys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.